In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the 7:30 short form for New York. All right, so if you're signed on to your account for L Numeris Lottery Strategies, then pick the 7:30 rundown short form, and we're going to go down here and we're going to select from the calendar. We're going to select New York. Make sure you got the state right. From there, you're going to see all of your plays for the month populate there. Before, we would open up the lottery post, but we added this to the actual user interface so it'll help you move a little bit quicker. Okay, so what happens here is on the calendar, you see your previous draw. You can just decide which previous draw you want to use. So for this example, I'm going to use the 22nd. Okay, and I'm going to use the midday to try to get the midday or see if the evening draw is in there, okay, for the 23rd. All right, so when you do that, you notice here down here where it says previous draw, it populated to 558. All right, just to show you and be clear, if I wanted to use the evening draw, it will populate that evening draw. You get it? All right, so we're going to go back when they use the 558. All right, then we're going to generate the rundown. All right, so if we go up here and we look, we want to see if that we use the 558. So we want to see if the 765 or the 485 is in this grid, in this generator. All right, so the way we do that is simply, now that we've got the grid generator here, we're looking for 765 or 485. All right, do you guys see it? Remember your mirrors and your flip numbers. Do you see that number in there? Well, here's what we're going to do so you can see it clearly. All right, so we're going to check if it's in there. What we can do now is we go down to the 23rd and we tap it and we say we want to see if the midday was in there. It's asking you two things here. It's saying, do you want to generate a new grid or do you want to check to see if this number is in the grid? So we're going to check to see if 765 is in there. Okay. Now you notice that 765 is populated in there and it found it 8 times. Let's see where it found it. That right there, remember your mirrors, if you're familiar with mirror numbers and flip numbers, that number is in there. 765 is 012. It says it found it 8 times. Right there, all connected. Again, all connected. Same number, you just got to know your mirrors. It's easy to figure out which numbers to play because it's in that cluster. If you look at what's on the screen right now, you'll see how this 765 hit. It's right there, clear as day. Look at it, it's all connected. And what's cool about it is that it's connected to the hit sum and the day sum in the mirror. If that makes sense, you should know this by now if you do a lottery, especially if you're using the generators. So you can't say, well, what number should I play? It's clearly telling you what numbers you should play. See that cluster of the 8, 4, 9, 5, and all those numbers, that 765 is connected to it. All up in there. So you should be playing everything here. I'm going to show you something else while we're here. See, it's all connected. It's touching the 9, touching the 4 and the 9, in that 8. So when you look at your grid, your number grid, it's all there. All right, let's go to the next number. I'm going to show you something else. Matter of fact, while we're here, so let's turn this off and let's turn this off. Look at your grid now, right? And we're looking at 765. It's still doing a 765. This is just another way for you to look at it. What we're trying to get you to do is you need to know those numbers are the combinations back and forth, mirror or straight. You need to know when you see a 7, there's a 2. When you see a 0, there's a 5. When you see a 6, it's a 1. When you see a 4, it's a 9, a 3, an 8, and a 2, a 7. If you study the grids, you'll figure this out by just looking at it. So you go, oh, I don't know how to figure it out. You do know how to figure it out. You just got to apply yourself to it. Look, 765 is all over the place. That is 765. 765. Tell me it's not. 765. You understand? And if you're getting confused, you can go ahead. I'm going to turn these back. The reason why I turn these off is because I wanted you to see the grid without it. I'm going to turn it back on, both of them. And you see, you got the greens and the 8 yellows. You should be playing that, New York. You should be playing that. All right? It's telling you how many paths it finds. Right? So, being that you know that this number came out, it's assigned to you to say, this generator works for your state. Now, a lot of you do 730. Y'all already know that this hits in New York a lot. Okay? Let's go to the next one, 485. All right, so I'm going to see if 485 is in the grid. Let me check the grid. It found it 5 times. 485 is what? 830 or 430. It's showing you right there. Clear as day, connected all the time. You guys should be playing this. You should be using this for your draw tonight. It's what? 5:42. I'm recording this on 8:24. You should be using this. All right, for all your plays. That number is right there. And if, like I said earlier, if you look down here at the bottom, I don't know if you're using a mobile device or a desktop or a laptop, but here, mirror and flips. There's 27 combinations. These are your plays right here. Mirror 8. These are your plays right here. If you're confused, read the bottom. This is all here. It's laid out for you. It's laid out for you. Right here. And this is for you guys to be like, well, do you play? Yeah, I play. I play exactly how I'm showing you how to play. Why do I make these? Because I'm trying to help you. Because I'm trying to help you. A lot of people want to know how I hit. Well, this is how I hit. I made it short. This is how. Ask me more questions in the comments. If you want to see me do a live for your state, put it in the comments. Do not charge for this. This is for educational purposes. I don't charge for it. I did this just as a hobby, and it happens to work for me. So, you know, you get a subscription, and that helps to keep the channel going. All right, and make sure right now, just make sure you subscribe, like, and share this. Do not gatekeep. I'm not gatekeeping. I could, but I'm not. So I'm trying to share this with you, New York. But this is how you do it. All right. So you can copy these and print them out or put them in whatever you're going to play. Or you just pull this thing out at the store while you're in line to play your numbers. All right. So here's where we need to go next, if I was talking too much. Now, today is the 24th, so we need to look at the 23rd. Right? So I'm going to use, we're coming to the evening. I'm going to say the evening draw. We're going to do a new generation. And we can close this down for now because I'm going to generate a new one. This will close if you tap it. Okay. And we're going to use the 765 from last night. Doesn't matter which one you use because I could go for days. If I went back, let me just, because it's a lot going on here. I could go back to the 16th and get the 765 and the 485 because it's in the generator. It's in that, it's in it. You just need to know, follow the hit sums and the mirror numbers. The day mirror, the day sum and its mirror, and the hit sum is right here in the grid. It's right here. Lit up. Clear as day. Alright, so let me generate a new rundown here. Okay. And we're looking for what possibly could be tonight's draw. Alright. So I'm looking in this grid right now. And I know just by looking at it, I should be playing anywhere in that area. Let's say, let me just find this. The 485 is there. So let me see if where the 485 is. Let me just check it in the grid. So that 485 is in there 5 times. There it is right there. So that's telling me tonight I should be looking in this area and seeing what numbers are not 485 and what numbers are not here or last week. You got to do that work. It's not going to do that work for you. But simply, just on a piece of paper or something, write down these numbers and see which ones already came out. You already know it. And you got to figure out which numbers are not there. Or you go right down here and you can look in here and see what numbers you want to pick because they're all highlighted. These are different combinations you could play. But the point that I'm making is that you got to look. How am I trying to say this to you? You have to study it. Find the generator that works for you. Maybe the 730 is not your style. Maybe you want to use the 285 or maybe you want to use one of the other generators. But you got to find the generator that's producing the results that you want. All right? It's just there. Once you find one, just run with it. You could probably go in and play all these numbers tonight and they might hit. You might just use the 485. Now, the 485 is one of our numbers here. It came out already. See, and what's cool about this is, notice this. Let me see if I did it first. I didn't check to see if the 485 was anywhere. Did I? Let's see. Let me open this up. I might be making this up. Okay, I did. But here's the thing. If you look down here, that 485 is right there on that 6-9 flip. 485 is right there in the 1 to 24. 359, that's the same number. Same sum. Let's check it out. 485 is right there too. So these could be your numbers. Watch the drawing tonight and come back here and do the same thing after the draw or tomorrow and see if that number is there. I bet you your numbers will be sitting right in front of you. I bet you. I bet you. A buffalo nickel. All right. So do you guys see the point? Right now you should be looking at, again, whatever draw you want, 765 or whatever number you want to generate. We're using 765 for this. And we're trying to see what numbers we should be playing tonight. Okay, so let me get rid of that. And around my hit sum, I don't know. Did 952 come out already? So I'm looking here. 952 came out on the 17th, if you guys see it. See, 952. So I'm not going to play that, but I could play 529 or something like that. But here's what I'm thinking. If I want to go back and look, I could probably do this. I could go, let's do the 21st, and I can do the midday, and I'm going to check the grid. What I'm trying to do here is see how many paths it found for any of those numbers. I'm showing you how to research right now. I want to see which number produced a lot of paths. The reason why I'm doing that is because I now want to go down here and see what other numbers I could play, because it might come out again. Do you understand that? You understand what I'm trying to say here? You don't know what number to play tonight. You're looking at this grid. You already understand that it's going to be a 9 or 0, 4, 5, 2, 7, or 6, somewhere in there. You can play any combination of that. But just to give you an idea, you could just simply come down here and look. Just pick a number from here. Hope I'm not confusing you. Pick any date you want. I like to stay from last week till now because this is the first day. For tomorrow, I'll probably be using 765 again. This is started from week, but I'm just showing you. I'm showing you where to look, how to research it. So I'm saying take a number, maybe from the 16th to 429. You could throw in there. See how many times I can do it right here. 429 is in that grid. It's not found in that grid. So that's not a good contender. All right, let me see. 952 we know. How about the 003? I want to do that. I'm going to check the grid for that. It found it 2 times. So maybe I could play 558 or 508 or 503. Maybe that might be a number for you. But again, the point I'm making here is I want to put a number in there that shows me a lot of paths. So this wouldn't be one because it only found 2. All right, let's go in here and let's see what that evening draw is. Let me check the grid again. This has 6 paths found. All right, what 6 paths? I come down here, and I got a whole bunch of numbers I could play. The ones that I highlighted, I could play those because you look at they're all related to 415. Just right there, you see it? 415 over the copy 8 highlighted. These could be numbers you could play. Write them down side by side. This is where you pull out your paper and see which ones stand out to you. And then you base your plays off of that. Okay? That's what you want to do. Alright, so I don't want to make this video too long, but if you have any comments, if I didn't explain anything good, put it in the comments. I'll try to clean it up. There's just a lot I could say. I'm trying to fit it into a little bit of time. But ask me questions in the comments. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like this so we can share with other people in the algorithm. And good luck. Remember to come back and post if the results, if the numbers went there. I'm pretty sure they're going to be there. But I want you guys to tell me if it hit for you or whatever you played and it came out. All right? Like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the other side.